Adriano, the emperor who fell. At one point, Adriano was supposed to be the next Ronaldo, not Cristiano, the original one. In the mid-2000s, he was unstoppable, 6 feet 2 inches, built like a tank, and capable of striking a ball so hard it looked fake. At Inter Milan, his left foot was a weapon of mass destruction. Between 2004 and 2006, he scored 28 goals in 42 games for Brazil, more than Ronaldinho, Kaká, or Ronaldo himself in that stretch. But after his father's death in 2006, Adriano spiraled. His form collapsed, he missed training, and Inter eventually let him go. He tried to revive his career in Brazil, even had a brief return to Europe, but the magic was gone. For 2 years, he was football's most terrifying striker. Now, he's a legend whispered about like a myth. A man who had everything, then lost it to life outside the game. Ricardo Quaresma, the outside foot magician. Before Trivela became a TikTok word, it was his signature. Ricardo Quaresma, the man who made the outside of the foot look cooler than a step over. In the early 2000s, Portugal looked like it had found two world beaters, Cristiano Ronaldo and Quaresma. Both came out of Sporting's academy, both were lightning fast, both loved a trick. But while Cristiano became a machine, Quaresma stayed an artist. And artists don't survive long under strict coaches. He bounced from Barcelona to Inter to Chelsea, clashing with managers and systems that didn't fit his style. But in Turkey and Portugal, he was adored, curling in outside foot crosses like it was second nature. Quaresma never became the global superstar he should have been, but he's still one of the few players who could make a pass look like art. Antonio Cassano, the eternal talent. Antonio Cassano's career is like an Italian opera, beautiful, dramatic, and self-destructive. At 18, he was called the future of Italy. He was scoring wonder goals for Bari, making defenders look foolish. When he joined Roma, he was supposed to be Totti's partner for the next decade. Instead, he argued with managers, gained weight, and fell out of favor. Real Madrid signed him anyway. Bad idea. He played just 19 matches and was dubbed Il Gioiello Maledetto, the cursed jewel. But even when his career looked over, Cassano would return somewhere, Sampdoria, Milan, Parma, and remind everyone how gifted he was. His touch, vision, and arrogance were pure 2000s energy. He could have been world class. He chose chaos instead. Andriy Shevchenko, the king of Milan. Yes, he won the Ballon d'Or in 2004, but ask younger fans today and they'll say, wasn't he that Chelsea flop? Before his Premier League nightmare, Shevchenko was lethal. He scored 175 goals for AC Milan, won the Champions League, Serie A, and outshined legends like Inzaghi and Crespo. He was fast, clinical, and ice cold under pressure. Then came 2006, and a £30 million move to Chelsea. Right when the Premier League was getting faster and more physical. He struggled with injuries and Mourinho's tactics, scoring just 9 league goals in 2 seasons. But in his prime, he was a machine. The kind of striker who didn't miss. Football's memory is cruel, but Milan fans will never forget their Rey d'Ukraina. Juan Roman Riquelme, the slow genius. In an era obsessed with pace, Riquelme refused to run. He didn't need to. The Argentine playmaker saw football in slow motion. Every touch was deliberate, every pass surgical. At Villarreal, he turned a small club into Champions League semi-finalists. He did it all with elegance, chopping, feinting, pausing the game until defenders panicked. Pep Guardiola once said, "Riquelme was the player I always wanted to be." But he was too unique for the modern game. At Barcelona, they didn't know what to do with him. By the time the world appreciated his brilliance, he'd already gone home to Boca Juniors. Riquelme didn't adapt to football. Football should have adapted to him. Michael Owen, the boy who broke too early. Before Messi, before Mbappe, there was Michael Owen, England's golden boy. At 18, he scored that goal against Argentina in the 1998 World Cup, dribbling past defenders like a veteran. By 22, he'd won the Ballon d'Or. By 26, his body was breaking apart. Liverpool, Real Madrid, Newcastle, Owen shined everywhere, but injury shredded his pace. Without his acceleration, he became a different player. By the time he joined Manchester United, he was a backup. But for a few years, he was electric, raw, fearless, and the symbol of English hope. The 2000s were his decade, even if they ended too soon. Deco, the forgotten architect. Deco was never the flashiest, but he was the brain behind greatness. At Porto, he made Jose Mourinho's team punch above its weight, winning the 2004 Champions League with a midfield of warriors and one wizard. Then he went to Barcelona and became the missing link between Xavi, Ronaldinho, and Eto'o. He was technical, efficient, and ruthless. But as soon as Guardiola arrived, Deco was gone. Too old, too slow for the new tiki-taka era. He ended up at Chelsea, quietly running games under the radar before retiring. No statues, no memes, no documentaries, just pure midfield brilliance. Deco was football's quiet genius in a loud era. Freddie Ljungberg, the engine of the Invincibles. The Arsenal Invincibles get plenty of credit. Henry, Vieira, Bergkamp, Pires. But Freddie Ljungberg was the heartbeat nobody remembers. He wasn't the most technical or the most famous, but he scored in finals, ran until his lungs collapsed, and made Arsenal tick with his off-ball movement. Between 2000 and 2004, he was everywhere, crashing the box, pressing high, dyeing his hair red for fun. Then injuries hit, and Arsenal's glory years ended. He drifted to West Ham, MLS, then retirement. He might not make highlight reels anymore, but ask any Arsenal fan when Ljungberg made those diagonal runs, goals followed. Diego Milito, the silent assassin. In 2010, Inter won the treble, Serie A, Coppa Italia, Champions League. And the man who scored in every final? Not Eto'o, not Snyder, Diego Milito. He was never flashy, never loud, just ruthlessly efficient. 2 goals in the Champions League final, 1 in the Coppa Italia, 2 in Serie A's title decider. Then he disappeared. Injuries, form, and time caught up fast. Within 2 years, he was gone from Europe. Milito didn't have a long peak, but his peak was historic. If he'd done it in England, we'd still be talking about him today. Pavel Nedved, the relentless blonde warrior. Pavel Nedved was the definition of engine, running, tackling, shooting, creating. He did everything. He replaced Zidane at Juventus and somehow made them better. In 2003, he even won the Ballon d'Or after dragging Juventus to the Champions League final, only to miss that final due to suspension. He was intensity personified, but humble off the pitch. After retirement, he quietly joined Juventus's board and helped rebuild the club. Nedved's work rate inspired a generation of midfielders. He wasn't flashy, but he was unstoppable. Football's Viking in the age of playmakers. JJ Okocha, so good they named him twice. Before Ronaldinho made Samba football global, JJ Okocha brought it to Europe. Stepovers, flicks, Rabonas. He played like football was jazz. At PSG, he was a showman. At Bolton Wanderers, yes, Bolton, he became a cult hero. Imagine turning a gritty Premier League team into an entertainment act. Okocha did it with pure flair and joy. He never won the biggest trophies, but he made people fall in love with the game. And for a sport that takes itself too seriously, that might be the most important legacy of all. David Suazo, the Honduran Bolt. For a few seasons, David Suazo was Serie A's fastest player. He was so quick defenders looked like NPCs trying to load in. Playing for Cagliari, he scored 22 goals in 2006 before joining Inter. But once there, he got lost in a galaxy of stars. Still, his speed and finishing made him a cult hero in Italy. Today, almost no one mentions him. But if you watch Serie A in the mid-2000s, you remember the blur of red and blue outrunning everyone. Dimitar Berbatov, the art of stillness. While everyone else ran around like maniacs, Berbatov walked. And yet, he was always in control. At Tottenham, he made football look effortless. Touches softer than silk, finishes colder than ice. At Manchester United, he scored that iconic hat-trick against Liverpool, including that bicycle kick. But his calmness was misread as laziness. Managers wanted pressing forwards. Berbatov gave them poetry. He played football like a painter, slow strokes, perfect timing. And maybe that's why we never fully appreciated him when he was here.